have all heard stories of heroes, men and women who have displayed acts of courage in one way or another. When I was a little girl, my father was my hero. He may not have slayed a dragon, disarmed a villain, or morphed into Superman, but he made sure I had all I needed to live a good life. There was no greater comfort to me than when my father held my hand and guided me towards my tomorrow. At the age of 20, I became a mother. You might not imagine a newborn as a hero, but for me, my baby was. The first time I held my son in my arms, I knew my life had changed forever. Although this tiny being depended on me for nourishment, guidance, and love, he was now an extension of me, a vital part of my life, like the sun, sustenance, and air. I needed him. I named him Michael because I really liked the name, and when I looked up the meaning, it read, God's gracious gift. And to me, that's exactly what he was, a gift. As Mike grew, he garnered heroes of his own. The Rock, Joe Montana, Steve Young, pretty much any 49er, and his father-in-law, Luigi Basso. Michael was extremely outgoing and enjoyed spending time with all of his many friends. He had the answer to everything. Some say he was the smartest person they knew. Definitely, to me, he was. One goal that Michael had was to mold himself as someone who was dependable, trustworthy, and compassionate. He really wanted to make a difference in the lives of others. And so he volunteered his time coaching football at his former high school. I recently learned that when there was a student who didn't have proper equipment or shoes, my son would often get whatever the boy needed. All those young men saw in their coach strength, skill, determination to succeed, but most of all, he showed them that they mattered, that they were important. I had always seen my son as being strong and brave, but never more so than when I found out he had cancer. He fought silently, yet with fervor, determined to defeat the evil that had invaded his body. There was no time for sadness and tears. He had to remain focused on victory. He had to because there was so much to live for, so much more to see. After nearly 4 years of battle and unyielding courage, Michael passed away. Like my father, he did not slay a dragon, save a damsel in distress, or transform into Optimus Prime, although he would have really liked that. But he was a hero. Victory was achieved. How, you may ask? Coming home from the hospital, I received a phone call. It was from the Trillium Foundation donor hotline, informing me that Michael was a donor and asking for my permission to proceed. I had no idea of what his plans were, so I referred them to his wife Maria and left it at that. Recently, I was on a group chat with my daughters and daughter-in-law. Of course, we talked about how much we all missed him. That's when we found out what he had done. Michael had received 2 medals in the mail. one for the gift of life, the other for the gift of sight. My son knew he was dying and recognized that, yes, there is darkness in the world, but there is also beauty and light. And if he could make it better for someone else, then that's what he would do. That's how he would win. Right now, we are living in a world of uncertainty and turmoil. I know we will make it through this. And when we do, I will be looking into the eyes of every stranger I meet, looking for that twinkle I'll recognize instantly, because somewhere out there is a person that is now able to see, to visualize their dreams, to watch the sunrise and the sunset, and to know the sparkle of a smile as they look at the world through the eyes of a hero.